Our first guest tonight is a Twister-tested, Tom Cruise-certified movie star with an exceptionally funny new show on Hulu. Chad Powers premieres 1 week from tonight. Please welcome Glen Powell. Very good to see you. Thank you for being here. Sorry to pull you into the middle of all this.
I'm honored. I'm just so happy you're back.
I'm happy you're here because is it true that you used to come here a long time ago before you were a famous person?
You know, when I moved to Los Angeles in 2008, and you and your producer Diane Kellison used to give me access to the green room. So when you can't afford snacks or alcohol, I could always come to the Jimmy Kimmel show and have my feast.
That's nice. Wow.
Yeah, so I appreciate it.
Would it be possible when you retell this story that you say, in a way, I saved your life?
You started an addiction. You fed me.
Well, okay, maybe you don't leave my name out of the whole thing. You're back living in your hometown, Austin, now, right?
I live in Austin, Texas. That's my hometown. That's where I grew up. Yeah.
You are a big football fan, Texas. You love the team, the Longhorns.
Born and raised Texas Longhorn fan. My grandparents met at the University of Texas. My parents, my sisters and cousins. So it's the burnt orange runs deep.
You were at the football game this weekend?
Yeah, I'm a little hungover right now.
You are, yeah. Is it when it's I think it was what 55-0 you guys won?
Yeah, it was solid. It was a solid score.
Did people go? Is it less fun or more fun like that?
No, it's great. I mean, I don't have the same sort of privileges as McConaughey. I mean, McConaughey's really, he's the minister of culture. He's really earned his spot. I'm still trying to stay employed, and I'll get my spot on the sidelines.
Are you gunning for his spot? Because he does.
Absolutely
he goes
not.
in. He speaks to the team. Have you spoken to the team?
I do not have locker room privileges.
You don't?
No. I'm just
should.
happy to be there. You know, it's like McConaughey's got his role. He's an inspiring figure. I'm just happy, hanging with my friends on the sideline.
Did you graduate from UT?
It's a sore subject.
It is.
Yeah. I am still. I am 36 years old, and I have not graduated the University of Texas. So I plan on graduating spring 2027.
Oh, really? For real?
It's not a great timeline, but the problem is I told somebody that I was like taking classes, which is true. I'm enrolled at the University of Texas right now, and now there's like this ticking clock.
Yeah. You opened your mouth, and now people want to know when you're graduating. It's like your parents all over again, really,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Do you take them on Zoom, or do you take them in? Actually, go to the campus?
I study from abroad, so I've been in London for the past bit. So I've actually been, studying there. But then I'll go back sometimes for proctored exams, but I try not to be in the classroom as much as possible.
That's got to be weird for the students to see you there. Now, your family, how is your family? Because you have a very interesting, I think, and enthusiastic family.
They're the best cheerleaders ever, and they're backstage right now.
Oh, they
they're
are
all hanging out. They're taking advantage of your open bar as well.
Nice. Okay, good. It's a Powell family tradition. Your family, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have, what part of your family is a kangaroo and a monkey, yes?
That is true.
Yeah. What's the monkey's name?
Charlie.
Charlie the monkey and a kangaroo?
Trixie.
And Trixie the kangaroo. Are they allowed in the house?
No, they have better setups than most humans.
They do?
House. Yeah, absolutely.
Do they come to, like, family celebrations?
Well, my little sister just got married.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that, the Powells go hard at these weddings, and I think a lot of people weren't expecting to see a kangaroo running around the wedding, at 4 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, in the house, yeah.
The kangaroo can just hop, and it's not kicking people? Or...
Just like the rest of the family, the kangaroo loves to party and loves love, That's it.
Does the kangaroo get into the punch or anything like that?
It's a great question. I wasn't really watching.
And what about the monkey? Is the monkey at the wedding?
Not a fan of love.
No.
Not welcome.
Okay, yeah, monkeys aren't as good. Monkey ring bearer would be a nice thing for sure. You like to put a member of your family into each one of your projects, right?
Absolutely. Well, in Chad Powers, which comes out next week, my mom, I was super excited. I got my dad to be, he's in a cameo with Eli Manning on the sidelines as an Ole Miss coach. And then, as we were kind of breaking the season, I read episode 4, and there was a character called the Moaning Woman that was in episode 4. My character goes to the hospital, and it said, the description of the character said, there's a woman with no apparent injuries, but she's just moaning a lot. I was like, that's Mama Powell. All right, we're getting her in there. So my mom was super excited to play this role. It's a real role, and she took it very seriously. So she said, Glenn, I'm not gonna let you down. I'm gonna really prepare for this. So my mom was practicing moaning all the time. So much so that my dad said that the neighbors were almost like tipping their hats to him when he was leaving the house. And my mom would even send me, like test videos. She would send me videos of like her moaning on camera to just like say, is this a good moan? I'm like, that's creepy and weird. Let's not do that. Let's go for a little more of a painful moan, something more hospital related maybe. And so she would send me these videos, and there was one time, I'm kind of always on the go trying to just like read stuff on the go, and I was in an elevator and I opened up a video that my mom sent me of her moaning. And just imagine what that sounds like. And all of a sudden the person in the elevator kind of looked at me, and I was like, oh, no, it's a video from my mom. And they were like, wait, what? I was like, I'm sorry, I don't. So, last time I put my mom as a cameo.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to see a little bit of Chad Powers, which premieres a week from tonight on Hulu. Glen Powell is here. We'll be right back.
Here we go.
Oh boy, here we go. Hi, you here to try out? Cool, what's your name? Just need to know who you are, man.
My name's Chad.
That is Glen Powell and Chad Powers, which you can see on Hulu premiering September 30th. This show is going to be a huge hit. I'm telling you right now. I don't want to curse it, but I'm just telling you it is going to be. Explain what the idea is, because it's a really funny idea.
Well, Eli Manning, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, Eli Manning has a show called Eli's Places, and he went undercover to Penn State on the Penn State football team as a walk-on. But he is Eli Manning, so he had to go in prosthetics. So he put on this mask and tried out, and he was kind of improvising and doing all this stuff, but it was kind of like a really magical character that kind of went viral. So, he and his brother Peyton, were asking if anybody wanted to do something with these rights. And so my friend Michael Waldron and I decided to kind of break this show about sort of a disgraced college quarterback who, kind of melts down in front of the entire country and can no longer play
He does something very embarrassing on videotape.
He does something very embarrassing on videotape, is sort of canceled for the next 8 years, and then finds out that there's a college in South Georgia that has a quarterback vacancy. And so he decides to put on prosthetics, because his dad works in Hollywood prosthetics, and he becomes the starting quarterback for a big football team in Georgia, and it is really damn fun.
Yeah. I have to tell you, like, we met, and I saw you in Top Gun, and I thought, oh, he's a nice guy, and he's a good actor and stuff. But then I started seeing you in other stuff, and I'm like, this guy's like a Jim Carrey in disguise or something. I mean, it really is unbelievable, all these different characters that you do. Have you been doing that stuff since you were a kid?
I was always big on like pranks. I was always like a goofy kid. There was this like one time where I got kind of in a little bit of trouble. I always like in the back of the newspaper, they'd be like selling like cars or something like that. It's like, okay, a Ford Pinto, and I'd call. And, I would talk to the guy, and he's like, oh, like, how much does it cost? And he's like, oh, it's this much. And I'm like, what about the trunk space? And he's like, oh, what do you mean? And I'm like, how big is the trunk space? Like something like 5'8" fit in there? And he's like, yeah, like what? I'm like, he's like, I don't know, 5'8". He's like, 5'8", like wide? I was like, what if it was like 5'8", but like curled up? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, but like 5'8" plus like maybe like a 5'4", maybe, not sure. Is it that deep? And he'd be like, wait a minute. So I got the cops called on me at one point.
Oh, you did?
About it. Yeah.
That's when you've succeeded, yeah.
So, you do some accents and stuff like that, but, on Top Gun, that was actually a very interesting moment with Eli, because we have this thing in Top Gun Maverick called dogfight football.
Right, where you guys are playing football on the beach.
Which is not a thing. The rules make absolutely no sense. But Eli said he was nervous about me playing quarterback in this because my form in Top Gun Maverick was so bad.
Oh.
And I told him that he's never played football covered in coconut oil.
Hey. Well, you don't know that, but yeah.
That's true. You know, so I mean, really, dogfight football is all about the flexing anyway. You know,
Yeah,
like
sure.
half the time we weren't playing football. It was just who could tense harder. You know?
Right.
But you know, I gotta say, Eli and Peyton really got us like trained.
Did they? They took special interest in that? Yeah, they're like, this was, now we can really contribute to this part of it.
Yeah.
Did they drive you crazy?
Well, you know, I mean, the thing with Eli and Peyton, the thing I'm very proud of in the show, it's not just like a comedy, right? Like it's a really cinematic, fun piece that's like layered and dramatic and all these things. Like it really delivers on every level, but we wanted to get the football right. And obviously having Eli and Peyton, you know, on board was so crucial to that. So, you know, I would basically go work with this guy, Nick Shimonek, who's Patrick Mahomes' coach. Mm-hmm. And so I tried to get dialed in as a quarterback, but I didn't realize that they were watching the footage every night. So I got a full write-up, X's and O's, of exactly what I was doing wrong that
Really?
day. Yeah, so Peyton and Eli were my quarterback coaches. Which was
That's
pretty
a pretty good set of quarterback coaches, although I'd imagine that they're probably merciless when they are evaluating your performance.
Yeah, not nice. You know, a lot of self-esteem issues after that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's good. Congratulations on the show. It's great to see you. Chad Powers, the name of the show. You can watch it September 30th. That's a week from tonight on Hulu. Glen Powell, everybody. Thank you, Glenn. We'll be back with Sarah McLachlan. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.